Well, hello there. Happy Saturday. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what time it is for you where you are. Welcome to the weekend. I am here for at least a little bit. I've got a kitty cat. What else could you want? Happy Saturday. Today, on top of having a kitty cat and a frankly amazing cup of coffee, I have something I've been lacking for a few days, which is a project. For stream anyways. I have a thing. There's a thing that's come up that I must do, and I thought this is the perfect time to do it. So, my conundrum, which I should mention, I've got a plan, but the premise of the problem is thus. My alchemist, Zelixia, the Drakthir Evoker, she has everything. She's got it all. She's got all of the specialization trees capped out. She has all of the recipes. Well, not all of them, but she has most of the recipes. She can make cauldrons. She can drop them, and they will have all of the different types of cauldron things in them. However, she's not raiding this tier. I am switching to be Inksy. I'm going to be my gnome holy priest. It's going to be great. And also the other alchemist in our guild is also switching. So there's nobody that can drop cauldrons. We talked about having somebody just grab alchemy real quick just to be able to drop it. Because I can make the cauldrons on Zelixia and use all of her specialization and her stuff to make the cauldrons really good. I can make the cauldrons on her and then send them because they're account bound. I could send them to Inksy. But even if I just gave Inksy alchemy, she could drop them, but they would be missing a bunch of files. So what we're going to do is we're going to give Inksy alchemy, and we're going to get all of the knowledge we can, and we're going to dump it into files specifically, because someone else is handling potions. I'm dealing with files. And then not only will I be able to drop a file cauldron with hopefully most all the recipes, we're going to have to do a lot of research, but also she's going to get extended duration on her files, which is something I kind of wanted on my main anyways. So it'll be kind of this weird redundant thing where I have a second alchemist with not as much skill and not as much specialization, but she'll have the specific things she needs to be able to drop files in raid and have longer file duration. To facilitate this, I'm going to have to give up one of my two professions. I've selected also Antlers hotfix. I have selected tailoring for this because I don't use it. I set up tailoring to do tailoring cooldowns. I almost never use them. I'm not really crafting any gear. Flabby now has a tailor that can make me stuff if I want. I kind of sort of wanted to make myself some things to wear, but then also I kind of sort of want to have my files be double duration. So my plan is to keep enchanting, especially because I have all three of the whelpling thingies, or the new crest thingies. Keep enchanting, drop tailoring, grab alchemy, go get giga profession knowledge, because when you're starting from scratch, there's like knowledge in a lot of places. There's a ton of one-time treasures and like rep vendor stuff. And see how far we can crank it. Hope it's a gnome-tastic time. Yeah, they reverted the antlers thing. I don't know what they were on about in the first place, but it's better now. That's good. Double duration, hard to beat for PvE. Two alchemists, because I'm too behind to be relevant in other professions. Have Flabby make you time dilation bracers. They're bis for priests now. Oh, okay. I'm going to worry about all that stuff later. I'm probably going to just wing my way through the first week of raid. I'm going to be happy if I just, like, survive. Oh, let's go. Oh, I have somebody wants me to make some cresties. Let's go do that. Let's go start that. So I am going to get my Dusty out with me, just to bring a piece of the Emerald Dream with me. We're going back to town. I can say goodbye to my tailoring, because I really did we did do some stuff here. It was a non-zero amount of points that I put into this. You can say goodbye. I guess I could maybe do the cooldown one last time. I'll take a look and see if it's worth it. My craft sim's not showing me profits for anything. Always says 0. Does it have pricing data? It needs to talk to either an auctionator scan or trade skill master, I think. There might be another way, but if you're not using one of those add-ons, then it's not going to have any info to work for. I was thinking for an easy item level boost in time for raid. Well, thank you. I got the green and red Dreamtown last night. I'm so happy. Only took 7 druids killing that rare. Congratulations. Alright, some coffee. Okie dokie. Oh, let's do the work orders first. Let's get those scratched off. Always the best stream names. I don't always get anything good out of the noodle first thing in the morning or later in the day, but I had a rough time sleeping last night, so we're not operating on all of the cylinders. So at least enchanting she gets to keep, so it's not like she's wasting all of her profession knowledge. She learned some things. I was trying to finish up this resourcefulness thing. If I look at the crafting orders and I can see that I can, oh yeah, I can make some more of these guys. Perfect, perfect. Got an Azure Owl flying last night. Oh, nice. See, motivated with in-game projects. It's because this is like my chance to sort this out before raid. Because through a variety of factors, I've kind of set myself up to have 3 days and like a lot to do in them. So I am anything that I can do, anything that I can kind of take care of. Otherwise, we'll be good. Okay. Oh, is anybody doing public work orders? No. If anyone needs any crests, I can do them. Inksy can do them. This is my version of advertising. All right. Shall we put on some sad music and say goodbye to say goodbye to tailoring? Azurwave and Chronicloth. You know what? I do. Yeah. That is. Let's do a batch of them. Let's do a goodbye batch. We'll do 30 of those, and we'll do 21 of those. Let's go. Let's buy the stuff if we can, anyway. So 30 and then 21 is 51, 153. Let's see here. I hate math. Math! Vibrant builder cloth math, thank you. So bolts, we're gonna do these ones, I believe. 153 of those. And then 30 was for the, was it for the Azure or the Chronicloth? I think it must be Chronicloth. I haven't done that lately. So 26 order. Let's just, this search button actually pulls them all up in a big row. So we'll do order and we'll say I want 26 plus another 21 minus 4. I can't do it. I hate math. It's not even hard math. It's just too early. Oh, let's just do 26 first. And then we'll do 17 secondly. And then we don't have to add them together. Wow. I need 20 frost. Watch me find out that I had the different types backwards. And then I need 27 air. Good grief. All right, let's go make some goodbye tailoring, shall we? Eldorado, thank you for the 10-month resub. Very much appreciated. Also, I want to thank Abyss for a 31-month resub. Holy smokes, that's a long time. And the Cozy Gamer had a 3-month resub earlier, too. Hello there. Thinking of picking up Alchemy on an alt. Really keen to see how you get it up and running. Yeah. My plan is just to basically wing it, but with getting a lot of profession knowledge. And the main tool in my arsenal is Tama's Dragonflight Helper, because as soon as I pick up a fresh profession, this profession to-do list, that week aura is going to be bonkers big. It's going to have a lot of stuff on it. I also have handy notes tracking profession treasure locations on my map, and I think I changed the setting in there to make them like big, so that should help as well. But first, let's go do a couple of tailoring cooldowns just to kind of make them go, eh? I don't even know if I'm going to drop a Sagacious Incense. I feel like I won't. Put on happy music while getting rid of tailoring. Discount goodbye batch. Trying to figure out what makes profit with inscription to avoid doing this, but it's hard. Yeah. I never got through too much in inscription. I got to the point that I could make my own treatises. Treaty. And I thought, whoa! We did it. Party. Arrow Hokey, thank you for the 33-month resub. How are you guys doing? What's going on with you guys this weekend? I'm having a hermit weekend. What are you doing? Oh. The only thing you get reliably are the runes. Yes, we have drops enabled on the channel. We do. I double-checked this morning. We can get Dottie until the 14th, and then there's a week of the White Riding Camel. Are they still 60,000 gold treaties? You mean the contract? I haven't checked the contract. Treatises are soulbound, so those are the work order or crafting table ones. Hello, Hazel. Hello, chat. Hello, Neftario. How you doing? Also having a hermit weekend. First weekend in over a month. Don't have to fly somewhere for work and give up my Sunday. Oh, that's gotta feel good. Hi, Queen. Love the video today. Oh, shucks. Thanks. That actually means a lot. I was kind of in a bad place yesterday making it, and I appreciate that. In the spirit of the question, what are your top 3 X-Packs and how would you rate Shadowlands overall? BFA. Dragonflight. What's my third one? I don't know. Third one's hard. There's a lot of them that are really close. I like Shadowlands a lot. I liked Kata a lot. I liked WoD a lot. Third one is hard after that. BFA was magic though. BFA's patch zones. Oh, and the regular zones and the races, and oh, I had so much fun in BFA. Legion was not my jam. Legion was not my jam pajamas. It was great for a lot of people, but I was just allergic to it. This video made me laugh. Not Mop. Mop was fine. I had kind of a weird Mop. Mop was not my thing for reasons that were not Mop's fault. I didn't really have, I had a guild in Mop, but we weren't really off the ground. It was just people leveling in expectation we would do content. We never actually did the content. I didn't get into Carbon until like Warlords, like end of Mop going into Warlords. So I spent all of Mop leveling alts and doing pet battles. I didn't do the raids or the PvP. I did like the patch content super late. I basically didn't do Isle of Thunder. It's just not a fair comparison. It wasn't my finest expansion. I liked farming and I liked pet battles, but that's, again, not Mop's fault. It was just where I was in my life at the time. Shadowlands was so bad. Loved Shadowlands, stayed in Ardmeal the whole time. I found a lot to like about Shadowlands. I think that the thing that helped me with Shadowlands was I was old enough to just go, well, I don't like this thing, so I'm not going to do it. I was old enough to become 7 years old and whiny. So I just didn't do very much of the Maw until like way later. I would just procrastinate on things until they fixed them. And later on, after they got fixed, they were better. I started playing WoW at the end of Wrath of the Lich King. Kind of 2008, 2009-ish. Lore-wise, I can't speak. I don't really follow the lore. Yeah, I don't know. I think Anduin got domed by a bell and Mop, and that was the last thing that that struck my mind. Biased in favor of Shadowlands because it was my first ever expansion experience. Yeah, I think that it's a huge factor. Okay, so there's some Chronic Cloth, and then let's go fly or flight path our way over to the. Should I fly there? Nah, I can't be bothered. Flight path our way over to the Azurweave Loom. And then we don't have to worry about looms anymore because Alchemy only has one table in Veldraken because the one in Brackenide Hollow does not exist. I've never heard of it and I will never go there. I've managed to completely ignore. I've never, even on my main alchemist, the one that I made all the millions of gold on, I don't touch that thing. That thing is stinky and I hate it. See, look, opting out. You don't like the alchemy thing in Brackenide Hollow? You just don't go there. Problem solved. Wow. Oh. Everything you've said is the opposite of what I think. Yeah, which is great, right? Like we can all have different opinions. It's a wonderful thing about WoW is that there's a million different ways to play it. There's a million different things to like, and we can all get along and hang out and have a nice time. And you know, it's not like we're trying to figure out how to govern a country or like, you know, do surgery. We're trying to figure out how we should each have fun. Started in Wrath long ago now. Still need to go craft my boots and my druid again. Legacy main is for finishing up stuff. Had a blast because I played with friends a lot. I'm trying to figure out what this smiley that you're going for. I think it's the regular colon D, but like I kind of like it with both of the eyes on one side because it's like there's a wink and then the other eye's just gone. See something don't usually do. The vibe's always chill. Yeah. Oh, you got there. You got there. Hope we get a pet battle system revamp, more Pokemon style. I heard they weren't going to do any more triangulation style archaeology. I think they said that in the Q&A. That's fine. They can do whatever they like. I kind of liked that mini game. I guess I can go back and get the old stuff. I'm still missing some of the transmogs, the cosmetics. I kind of liked the cold, cold, hot game. Was that just me? That wasn't just me. Azeroth Archive. Yeah, but that didn't... the thing I like about the archaeology was the mini game. I'm not too fussed about the lore myself. I like archaeology. Yeah. Played since vanilla. First paladin to my server back then to get their level 60 map. Holy moly. Quite tedious. This weekend's reserved for catching up on numerous stream discussions as creators return from BlizzCon share their stories. I like archaeology too. Thanks. They did much better with archaeology the farther on they went. Early archaeology was incredibly unrewarding. You would have to grind like a ton of fragments. You wouldn't get very many at all from each dig. Your dig site would despawn really rapidly, and you would make a thing and you would be like, great, I can vendor this for like a gold. And in Cataclysm, that still sucked. It was still awful. They made big strides in it later with things like the restored artifact system and with giving just more fragments and more digs per site. They did real big work on it, and they made it much more fun. Okie dokie, let's make some of these guys. Should I pop down? I have a thing. It's not really worth anything anyway. We'll just send these. Ice Bear Food, thank you for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. I do not have a full WoD museum. I have some of them. I didn't fully do WoD archaeology. I could sort it out. How you liking the new patch? It's fun so far. It's fun. I'm enjoying playing around with the new zone. I don't understand the new zone fully yet, but that's okay. I think I'll come to grips with it more as time goes on, and I got some good stuff out of it. All right. Some goodbye bolts. Let's go back, well, here, we'll post them up. We'll post them up. I know my plan is to, and I'm going to, drop, so 5k, 8k, 11k, and then 7k, okay. I know my plan is to drop, also, I guess I don't need to carry around bolts anymore. Tailoring, and I'm gonna do it, and it's gonna be fine. But it's kind of hard to press the button. It's kind of hard to actually commit and do it. I just need to rip off the band-aid, I suppose. Do you like her transmog? I guess she's wearing her tailoring outfit right now. Let's click that off. I wanted to wear the antlers, and then I got the back piece. I got my third back piece. I must be insanely lucky. I think I got the third back piece from Super Blooms. Within the total of like 5 Super Blooms. It was nuts. And then I wanted to put on a robe that would kind of go with it. Is that bird just there? I think that's just like... here. Is that to do with me? Where are you going? Do they just have those here, or does it have to do with my mog? Does the antler summon birds? Where'd you get the antlers? For doing the Treasures of the Emerald Dream achievement. I think it's the crown. The same thing is happening in my druid. That's incredible. Got one of the new saber mounts from some event. Don't know which, but I was happy. Nice. Partner got his first mount from a purple seed. Birds come to you. The antlers make you a Disney princess. This is incredible. Oh, I'm so happy. I had to apologize to a bird this morning in real life because my dog kind of snuck up on it and got closer than I thought he did, and he spooked it. The bird was like, I almost died. Tweet. And it was true. It was true. Okay. Professions. Tailoring. Man, it's the only one I even have finished. I don't even have enchanting leveled up to 100. Your knowledge will remain if you choose to return to this profession. Oh, that's actually kind of nice. Alright. Get out of here. Imagine if I accidentally deleted the wrong one. And then it's gonna I guess I'll stick those, the gear in my bank. I don't need it, but if I, for some reason, go back to tailoring. Hard to want to wear anything else right now. Yeah, the world events will still exist after Dragonflight isn't current. They've said they've made an effort to make them more soloable so that, and scale in a way that you'll still be able to do them even if everybody else has moved on. I have to frequently remind my dog, birds are friends and not food. Yeah, I didn't know that about the knowledge either. That was the first time I've actually dumped a profession in Dragonflight. I've been too scared. So we're gonna go tuck those away nice and safe in the bank, and then it's time to pick up a new one. Not reagent bank. Let's see. Let's just chuck all that in there. I'm carrying around this veteran offhand just in case I get like a veteran main hand, but it hasn't happened yet. Typo Monkey, thank you for the 3-month resub. Very much appreciated. Also, Lamal with a 4-month resub. Yeah, it does get rid of recipes. It does. So that's something to consider and keep in mind. I don't need to, like, get her alchemy to the point she can craft anything profitably, because I have that already. I just need, like, the file tree, basically. So, hello. 1 alchemy, please. And then, yeah. So I have 35k gold on me. We'll see if I burn through all of it. I feel like I might. That's a start. And then we're going to have to just make some stuff, I'm guessing, just to even get it off the ground. So maybe I'll just buy a batch of, like, all of the different herbs and some frost and stuff. Also some vials. Just to kind of get going here. I might need more than 35k for this project. Draconic vial. Let's get, I don't know, like a, I guess I'm not mass crafting. We can get 500 of those. And then let's get some rousing frost for a start. I'm sure we're gonna need a bunch of that. And then Achenblip. Good thing you're rich. Add-on for crafting. Craft Sim. Craft Sim's very good. I also use Auctionator, which helps a lot for the shopping. I find that combo is my comfy Dragonflight way of doing professions. Easily burn through like 50k getting alchemy up and running. How do you get the profession module? Looks like it's still in beta or something, if I understand this correctly. Dragonflight Helper. I've been using it for the whole expansion. I just installed the weak core and then I turned off all the other parts because I only wanted the profession module. Was basically the gist of it. Okay, let's should I get some, I mean, it doesn't, I guess a little bit of resourcefulness wouldn't kill me. Can I get some real basic alchemy gear? Profession equipment, alchemy, just give me like some, yeah, green stuff. Item level 346 robe. What is that for? Resourcefulness and crafting speed. Hat. Woo. Should have made myself one of those. Oh no, it's leatherworking. And a mixing rod. Which are weirdly expensive. Mixing rod. I could make myself one of those. Oh well. What's gold for, am I right? What the heck is that dragon customization? This is the Flourishing Whimsy Drake. It's the new dragon riding mount that they added in 10.2. How do you know what to go into? For this, I'm just dumping into files because my goal here is to set her up so she can drop file cauldrons and have them have the files. I'm not even going to make the cauldrons on her. I just need her to be able to drop them. Buying the profession equipment was pretty superfluous. I'm just being goofy. Should I get an enchant? A tool enchant? Let me see. Enchant tool for Draconic. We've got resourcefulness. That seems like a good one for what I'm doing here. Let's get that. Save a couple of materials along the way. Profession, alchemy. Yeah. Paul Huneri Jaeger? Thank you for the 4-month resub. Welcome back, Paul. Tamo broke the profession mod into a separate week or okay. Yeah, I haven't updated it or changed anything. I'm probably just gonna work on. Oh, I have dragon shards of knowledge. That might actually help me. I'm probably just gonna work on it, work on these first, and then poke around and see what else we can find. Because I know it goes all the way up to at least zero like cavern stuff. But let's make some of these. Oh my goodness, it's so slow. I guess I could like get one of those crafting speed things, but it's not gonna matter. It's gonna be fine. Everything's fine. Shiyu, thank you for the 8-month resub. And we're just not gonna stress too much about the gold. Just got the Snow Fluff Dream Talent. Oh, nice! Congrats! Wish they'd bring back the Brutuslur. It's pretty magic. I kind of can't imagine living without it. I'm sure you can. People do. Oh man. All right, and then give me. Oh yeah, there we go. So let's do stuff, shall we? Rousing Air, and then Omnium Draconis mats, and then we can also reclaim some of these things that I've like made because we're gonna need those alchemical solutions. Watched your video about the Twitch drop pets. Thanks for the reminder. Oh, cheers! I hope you get them. Dottie's super cute. Dottie is super, super, super cute. Oh, I'm gonna need a bunch of gold just to buy the recipes. Holy smokes. Okay. What do I want? This is gonna be a lot of shopping. But the first crafts are all gonna give knowledge, which is nice. Rousing Air, and then we'll get some Convergent and Draconis mats, so. 10 of those. And then, Convergent. This button is super nice, being able to pull up a list of the stuff that you need for a given thing. So I can search Draconis and it'll pull all the mats up for me here. So I don't need to make very many of them. Let's just make like 5. Although I really should here. Let's just buy stuff. Because I'm sure we're going to need it for something, right? And if not, I can send it to my alchemist and I can make good on it there. She will need some more gold, though. Sounds like a good plan, right? What if we sell the stuff we make to get the gold that we need? The auction house mount technically still sort of available because you could save up 10 million gold. And then you could wait for it to spawn on your region's black market auction house. And then you can hope that you get a bid in before other people that have also saved up 10 million gold. It's not a great plan, but that's where it's at currently. It's no longer on the vendor. Auctionator is doing the search for. That's Auctionator. I love Auctionator. I used to be a TSM diehard, and I still appreciate TSM, but I haven't needed it in Dragonflight. I haven't been doing anything that crazy with it. Let's just send myself, like, what are we saying, 200k? Besides, we've picked that up in the last couple days just crafting. Inksy. I'm up to 1.4. Which means I've made 800k since the patch came out. Which means I've done a lot of procrastinating. The raid guides are not in good shape yet. They will be, but they're not yet. 200, 2,000, 20k, 200k. Gold. Do that. Got 11 characters watching the black market. Also makes the classic auction house usable. Use it for mailing operations, that's about it. I wonder if they're ever gonna fix. I hope they fix it at some point. It's really spooking me. It's gonna be a happy day. So the profit for Transmute Dracathist. Its craft sim is taking into account your crafting stats, so your resourcefulness and your multi-craft. And that number that it's giving you is an average. So if I look at, for example, this, pretend this said it was profitable. Can I find it? No, there's no way anything's gonna be profitable for you yet. But if you look at the explanation, it'll kind of tell you how it did that math. And if you show the stats, if you punch in how many you're planning to make, like maybe you're gonna make like 200 or something, you have a guaranteed chance of, I mean, on a thing that's profiting. It'll kind of show you like what the different outcomes are and what the chances of those outcomes are based on your current level of crafting stats. Okay. What was I doing? I was picking up my gold and I was shopping. That's right. Item quality and rank. Mailing master threat professional with warbands that won't be needed anymore. I can't wait. I'm so excited. I mean, I can wait because I have to, but one big bank, man. So yeah, give me like one of those. Air, fire. I'm just doing first time crafts right now to get spec knowledge basically, and also a few points here and there. Is Darkmoon Fair over? Darkmoon Fair must be over. Oh no, it's Saturday, right? So it wouldn't be over till Sunday? Darkmoon Fair ends today, 11:59 p.m. So I can go do Darkmoon Fair, do the Alchemy quest, get a couple of free skill ups that way. I will save that for later. But given that I don't really need to punch my Alchemy skill all the way up, that should be fine. Okay, I mean I could transmute. Let's do this first. Let's filter to first time crafts only. And we'll just kind of make a few things to get them off the list. So there's one. We're gonna make a mana pot. We're gonna make a Draconis. We're gonna make a couple of Draconis. And then I need to start file experimentation basically ASAP. Because I'm gonna need file recipes, and there's gonna be a cooldown involved. Like, once you explode, you just kind of have to wait. Sometimes it'll give you the thing that lets you reset the cooldown, but for the most part, this is gonna be my main bottleneck in getting all the file recipes that I need. Okay. Okay. So did I do my first crafts? I can unlock a specialization. So we're going direct into file mastery. And then what we need to do is we need to learn... I don't even know if there's recipes. I don't think there are recipes that I need here. What I basically need to do... I mean, my spec points aren't really all that important. Having them last longer will be nice. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then at 10 we can go into one of them. Okay. Because we need to learn files, which are largely from file experimentation. Let's reclaim some stuff. Let's reclaim some of these cheap potions that are not going to sell very well. They reverted the antler change. Watch your video, so you know that. Yeah, they did. I was so happy. Oh. It was good news. I'm wearing them. That's why I'm surrounded by birds. I did not know when I made that video that your antlers make birds land around you. I'm thoroughly pleased about this. Yeah, knowledge point treasures for sure. I'm sort of starting to second guess right now, actually, how much I need to do. Because I was under the impression that I was going to need to, like, level up the skill points pretty far. And then also... I thought I was going to need to level up the skill points and, like, really crank the specialization. And now I'm thinking I pretty much just need, like, not very many. not very many points. I think we're going to be fine. Let's get some Omni Draconis, because I'm going to have tons of metal for this. Make some of these. Oh, yeah, we never made all our bubble poppy. Birds and apparently other small woodland creatures. Oh. I guess I could also... buy Omnium Draconis directly. Let's get some bubble poppy. I can at least craft it until it stops giving me points. And like I said, I can always send these herbs back to my actual alchemist when need be. Buy points from the artisan guide for metal. Yeah, I just don't know if I need to. I don't know if it's actually as important to my goals I thought it was going to be. Because I have an alchemist that's already fully spec'd out. I just need to be able to drop a file cauldron and have it have the recipes. So I think my main thing is experimentation. There are points here that will give me better chances at experimentation, but they're not strictly necessary. I didn't do that for ages. So yeah, let's make some Draconis as long as it's given points, just to kind of have them, I guess. Because she doesn't need to make any of the stuff. She just wants the extra duration from using it. She wants to be able to drop the cauldrons that my other alchemist makes without it being ugly. I might need to find something else to do today. Won't you need the points to have the files last longer? It's pretty early in the tree that happens. I think I can do that without needing to do anything too crazy. We'll keep an eye on it. Antler Helm missed it if Hazel said it. The Forest Lord's... what do they call it? Forest Lord's Antlers. If you do the treasure hunting achievement... the Emerald Dream Treasures. That gives it now. Once again. Alright, file experimentation. So is it really just recipe and learn file experimentation? File experimentation. I guess some of them I might need decayology. File experimentation. Tepid versatility is... okay, tepid versatility is from 25, so we can just learn that one. That's nice. That's an important one that people want. Okay. Have I not exploded yet? Did they take the exploding chance down? Because this has been quite good. This has been going well. It's a pretty shirt. Thanks. How long the Whelpling and Drake season is? 45 out of 90 for the season. So that's going to incrementally increase every week. So the season started with the patch, and the cap will go up next week and then every week following. A lot lower in skill. Oh, weird. Does it say that anywhere? Or is that just something that we know because we know? New WoW goal, get the Blossom Bringer title. Alright, we need more solution. Sometimes when I need to reclaim, what I do is I actually buy really cheap potions. Also, we got some liquid courage, so we can keep going after this. Buy really cheap potions. There we go. That people just get from treasures and stuff. So like, I don't know, winds. Flask of the no, what is it called? Gust, maybe? Potion of Gust. Yeah, I would buy these guys because they're only worth like 2 gold per. And then just reclaim like a bunch of that. So ready for a new season, itching to gear up my guy again? Yeah! I want another alchemist so I can drop file cauldrons in raid and have the recipes available on them without having to... I don't even know if it would be feasible to bring my other alt or my other character out to raid, but like we would need to drop file cauldrons twice a raid, so it would just be ugly. She can make them, but I want this character to be able to drop them. Okay, reclaiming. So the main thing is that we want to learn the recipes for all of the different files as best as we can, because that's going to help. That's going to dictate what files are available on the cauldron when you drop in. Yeah, I'm going Gnome Priest again. Yeah, the cauldrons are account bound, but the recipes that... The files that you can get out of a dropped cauldron are dictated by the recipes that are known by the alchemist that dropped it and not the alchemist that crafted it. It's not a good rule. It's just kind of how it works. So, thus, janky workarounds. Do we use our liquid courage? Oh, we have 2 of them. Nice, okay. The only reason I put up with the explosions, devoted alchemy mounted out so many explosions. Logged on my hunter first time in a while, still have anima in my bag. Oh, and... Oh, but we got more! We got more! Also, I can turn this one in. Okay. Because I don't know, knowledge-wise... Here. Yeah, we're not making it down to experimentation. Because, yeah, as soon as you learn this one... So you just need 2 subspecs. You need 20 points. You need 20 points. And that's it. And then you can get air files and frost files to last longer. Now, if you also want the potion thing, which we can unlock now. If you want the potion mastery as well to get, like, the benefit to, like, extra health over time from health pots and... like those benefits you would need more points for. I've never noticed those benefits. Maybe I'm just not paying enough attention. Okay. First crystals. 1 elemental chaos. I guess I've never done a potion experimentation. We can get 1 first craft out of it. Imagine the Race to World First dudes exploding that if the crafter dictated what came out of the cauldron. I mean, would that be such a problem? They're just gonna have all the recipes anyways. It just means that one of them has to have alchemy. I don't know, maybe I'm just misunderstanding. Okay, and then we have more courage. Oh yeah, we got more courage. Imagine if it actually killed you if you exploded again before your health was topped up. It might. I don't know. I haven't found out. So, we're doing fine. No. I'm almost dead, but I'm not dead. I need a list of which files that I'm specifically looking for here. I wonder if it's gonna be, if people are gonna want, like, the Corrupting Rage. That they might have to wait until later in the patch for that. That's going to be a bigger project for sure. Because, like, if I look at my file recipes... So that one needs Decayology. That one needs Decayology. Icy Preservation. I feel like nobody's using Icy Preservation. Glacial Fury we need, and that's just regular stuff. This one people do kind of sort of use sometimes. Why are you dying? Taken off the BIS list for a couple of classes. Glacial's ahead by a little bit. Okay. I won't stress too much about Rage then. I know some people still use Static Empowerment. I need that one. Still Air is kind of, eh. Alacrity would be nice. Yeah, I think we're doing fine. I think we're actually almost there. I do want to get enough spec knowledge just to make my own files last longer, though. What can we reclaim here? Some of these. And then this one. Copper files are not so juicy. Because, yeah, what I would really like is to learn Glacial Fury. That's a big one. People use that. Are you able to experiment those so fast? There is a cooldown, but if you can get this Liquid Courage item, which sometimes procs when you're experimenting, you can pop one to reset the that 4-hour lockout. So that was my last one. If I explode again without getting another courage, then I'm out of luck. I got my alchemy skill up to 63 doing this. It's actually pretty good. I'm not mad at that. There we go. All right, we're out of luck. So that's all the experimenting we can do for now. How are our first crafts looking? Perception. Make one of those. Finesse needs a fire. Tepid Versa needs 2 frost. We can do that. Buy some Awakened Fire. Like to 100 doing that? 0 to 100? Sick. Awakened Fire shopping. Yeah. Buy 10. Might need them. It feels kind of goofy having alchemy that I'm like not really going to actively use in this character, but I think next expansion I will. Next expansion, this can become my alchemist, especially because I used to like having herb and alch on the same character, because I would gather with herbs sometimes, and I would then want to have that stuff handy to use in alchemy. But with warband banks, I can just herb on anybody, put the herbs in the warband bank, and then craft with them without needing to mail anything, which is life-changing, so happy about that. Here, give me one of these. Give me one of these. And then another one of these. And we can do deftness. I need more air. We need more awakened air. Warband bank, chef's kiss. Are you boosting alchemy with the new health pot? No. Although I do kind of want to take my other alchemist out to the zone to get the health pot. I just want to be able to drop the cauldrons and have them be good. I'm going to make the cauldrons on my other alchemist, but I need somebody that's actually going to be in the raid because I'm switching mains. I'm switching to my priest for my main. So I just want to be able to drop the cauldron and have it include all of the recipes. Warband Bank is something coming in the next expansion where you'll have a big shared bank for all of your alts to use that you can put in things and then be able to craft directly out of it, and then also just use it to move stuff around. Incredible. Especially for things like account bound gear. I've been stashing all that on my bank alt, so I get a thing and I mail it to my bank alt, and then I figure out who needs it, and then I mail it back to them, and being able to just like pick things out of a shared bank sounds magical. Okay, 10. And then we'll do this, and our frost files will last longer. Happy with that. And then we go back into here. And we do that. And then just another couple points, and then our air files will last longer. Not that I think I'm mostly using frost files. And she should be good for spec knowledge. So I don't even think I need to go for treasure hunting. I thought I was going to have to go treasure hunting. I don't think it's actually that important. I guess I can get knowledge on her over the course of the expansion, but it's not really for anything. There's really no... I don't think there's any good reason to do it. Maybe the... Oh, I'm going to need Decayology, won't I? Yeah, so let's buy these. 1, 2, 3. Sure. Yep. The first wing of Elefar will open on Tuesday, yeah. I am going back to Priest. Preservation Evoker was super fun, but I never connected super close with Drakthir. And also, I'm salty that the Legendary never dropped for me. So I decided I would rather switch mains than either raid without the Legendary or keep killing Sarkareth. Enjoying herbing, mining my Sky Golem, never have to dismount as a Guardian Druid. Nice. Excited to think through how to optimize my procs with the Warband Bank. Yeah. Okay, so we do 1, 2, 3. Then we want this one. And then that's good for these. I don't think there's anything else that I need here. So if we need to get it, we need 75 points to get into Theory, which I think is where Decayology is going to come in. Yeah. So if I need 10 more skill points, that's a later me problem because I'm going to get them from doing experimentation. That's just cooldown based. And then we can reclaim. Can I reclaim any of these little bits of bobs? Does that make her a shorty? Meaning a no. Just isn't as scaly. Oh, I see. I liked my Evoker a lot. I love the way Preservation plays. It was super, super satisfying to play. The gameplay was amazing, and I recommend it. I had a great time. But I'm excited to play with Holy Priest. I'm looking forward to that. I don't need deafness. Wish they increased the drop rate. Yeah. I'm over it. Legendaries have just never really been my thing. And that's okay. They can be for other people. It's never really like ruined my life to not have them or to not get them or to not go for them. But it's one of those things. It's just not for me. Except for when they give us all a gimme legendary, and I don't know about that either. Okay. So we're looking good. I could still go collect profession knowledge, but kind of like for what, you know? Priest feel cozy or just fun? I don't know yet. I haven't played it since Shadowlands. I'm gonna find out. Love your sweatshirts. Where do you find them? Oh, shucks. Vintage stores and thrift and resellers. So some of them I thrift, some of them, there's a vintage shop in town that I go to every now and then, or I used to in the summer, that I picked up some stuff from. I think this one might be from there, unless I bought it on a reseller. Sometimes those places will also sell stuff on like Etsy, but they're typically secondhand. Unless they're scamming me. Apparently legendaries aren't for druids either. People having a hard time with this, eh? Then we can rest already? Why not give myself panic attacks with specking into resto? Okay, let's just kind of clean up the bags a little bit. Am I happy with what's going on in the Emerald Dream? Is there anything else that I might want to do out there? Oh, Gold Eye of the Storms I'll sell. Here, I guess I can just kind of send. Oh no, I'm gonna need Draconis. Oops. Give that back. Give it back. I'm sorry. I can just kind of send off, I don't know, little bits of File of the Eye of the Storm. Yeah, those are worth something. Yeah. Cool. What time is it? It's 9:54. What are your thoughts on raid and dungeon lockouts? Do you prefer having weekly lockouts? I hadn't thought about it much. It works for me. I wouldn't like it to be more often because I'm kind of cozy with raid being like a weekly clear. So I wouldn't want it to be any more often, and I don't think I would want it to be any less often. Do my raid nights once a week. That's good for me. I am going to take a short break and then come back and figure out what am I doing. Although, look how cute she looks in her alchemy gear. I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm doing because I finished my thing much faster than I thought I would. And now I don't know what to do. We'll figure it out. BRB. Alright, we're back. Catfish, thank you for the 27-month reset. Have the guards been stepping on me? Oh my goodness! Listen, just because I'm small. Well, apparently she's telling them off. Alright, okie dokie. I have decided that what I want to do is I want, in the spirit of alchemy, I want to take Zelixia to the Emerald Dream and do stuff and hope that I get that new recipe. I want to say seeds are the answer, but I'm just gonna do stuff. Jake fist stuff and things. Yeah. I'm really a bit unclear on what I specifically need to do for her. I think that I can just skip the campaign because I don't think I'm worried about renown again. I think I'm just doing renown on my priest. I mainly just want that alchemy recipe, so I think I can just do like blooms and frenzies and seeds and stuff. In theory, here, let's get the flight path. Because she's the one that can actually craft this stuff. The name of the recipe, something. Dreamwalker's Healing Potion, that's the one. So from the Plump Dream Seed, Emerald Bounty Plump Dream Seed. So we need Super Bloom is up. Oh, I should do the Super Bloom if it's running, just so that I can get some. I believe I'm going to get seeds from this. So here, we'll pick a buff. Be a skunk. Yep, I will be a skunk. And where did he go? Oh, there's herbs out here. Oh, I haven't been in an herb character in a while. Overgrown. Well, that's new. No, I'm not here to herb. I'm not here to herb. I'm here to go find Spruce Crown. Emerald Dream Treasures Handy Notes. Yeah, that's how I found them, was Handy Notes. Handy Notes and Dragonflight Treasures. Purple Bag, very difficult on Super Blooms. Got the Snow Fluff Dream Talent again, and the Winter Night Dream Saver. Oh, nice! I have yet to get anything mount-wise aside from the Winter Night Dream Saber, but I think it's just a chance from the Epic Seeds, and I think it's not the highest chance, which is fine, because it's like the first couple of days. All the things also has treasure locations? Yes, 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 yes. Should I be a skunk? Oh, I'm not in control of my skunkiness. Is that for me? Clarel is... Oh! Oh, she's just coming with us, so if I forgot to pick up the weekly, which I certainly did, she will give it to me. And then, if I can earn 50 bloom, I'll get a big cache with a dream seed. So yeah, I want to do that. The best way to get bloom. Killing stuff, I guess. Purple seed mounts and pets are buyable with the super bloom thing, the weekly currency. Yeah! So do we just get one per week? Is that the... What's the deal with the super bloom currency? I get that it's sort of like a bad luck protection. Like if there's something you really want and it's not dropping, you can buy it. But how often are we getting the currency? Because I think my main has like one, and I'm pretty sure it just got mailed to me after Blizzard couldn't figure out what was wrong with their game. Stance and decorating for Christmas before or after Thanksgiving. So in Canada, we do Thanksgiving in October, actually before Halloween. So I didn't, I mean, I thought about decorating after Thanksgiving, but I did not do it. And then I thought about decorating on November 1st. Some people do that. I'm just, I have a puppy. And I haven't quite figured out how that's going to work yet with the tree. So some people will wait until December 1st. Some people, I think it's just kind of like an at-will sort of thing. I like decorating early because I love Christmas time and decorations and lights in the tree and stuff like that. I love them. I just need to figure out if I need to put the tree in tree jail, if I need to set up a fence around it, or if my puppy can learn how to leave it alone and not consume something that will kill him. Can hear Mariah Carey warming up her pipes. Couldn't believe there was Saturday maintenance today. They've been really going overtime to get this thing fixed. Which which is, you know, kind of what we expect when it's like live content and not PTR, but it's nice to see things that were like totally not functional on the first day kind of come online over time. I was happy to see the Dream Infusion lady has stopped trying to give me that quest that I already did. She calmed down. I appreciate that. Thank you. My friends put a gate around their tree. I still have the little, like, the exercise pen situation that Moose lived in for a little bit when we first brought him home. It's just folded up and it's stored right now. But I could set that up again around the tree to fence the tree off. I just, there's not a lot of space. There's not really a lot of room that we're working with here, so I don't know where exactly that would go. The place where the Christmas tree went last year is currently a dog bed, so. No. Need more lights for my apartment. Maximum merriment. Nice. Be out of town for American Thanksgiving. Ornaments going on after I get back. Nice. Work as a visual aid. Training on top. Incarnation for Moonkin no longer shifts into their old form. They're using the new Moonkin. Oh, nice. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not ready. I'm busy. I'm not ready for Christmas yet. The future does not exist. The only thing is Super Bloom. It is Spruce Crown. Spruce Crown is in front of me. What a magical green. Oma kept hers in a playpen. Yeah. And I think with some work, Moose could learn to leave it alone. He learns to leave a lot of things alone. It just depends on how attractive it is to him as to how much effort it's going to take and whether or not I have that kind of energy. Like, remotes and general objects are pretty much fine. We don't really hide very much from the dog. Things like gloves and hats I can have within reach of him as long as they're not within view. He won't dig for them, but if he sees them, he'll take them. Same thing with like napkins. But shoes, on the other hand, are still in shoe jail, which used to be the crate, and now it's just the box where we lock the shoes in, because they're just too tempting for him at this point in his life. And he will mostly leave them alone, but every now and then he would go over to where the shoes are and be like, I'm taking this one. And he would pick one up and he would take it over to his toy bin, and it's just kind of not worth fighting that battle right now because I'm tired. Zen David, thank you very much for the 3-month resub. What puppy is it? My puppy. Moose. He is 6 months old now. That puppy. He's so cute. He's so sweet. He's such a muff. What kind of puppy? A puppy dog with the legs and the tail. I did a DNA test and he had 14 breeds present in his mix. The simplest way to put him would be a German Shepherd Malamute cross, but both of those things combined make up less than half of his breed mix. It's just those are the two biggest items on the list. Big puppy, yeah. He is 50 pounds. I weighed him yesterday. He is 50 pounds and 6 months old, and he is wonderful. He is my boo-boo. My moo-moo. Hi, Hazel. Hello. How you doing? His name is Moose, but I think he's going to start responding to Moo Moo because I've been calling him Moo Moo too much. Oh, nice. Thanks, Saga. Also, he's starting to wake up a little early. We're on a weird schedule today. The cat woke up in the wee hours of the morning, and we both got up for a bit, and then that woke the dog up, and then he wanted to go out. Like, it was a whole thing. We're kind of wonky today. I kind of like Moo Moo. Moo Moo. I can't imagine having any other dog. Delivery arrived. In the middle of Mythic. Can you get it? Honey Bear, what's wrong? I think he's just having feelings is typically what it is. We had to do a big walk yesterday because it was just too dark for him to play very long with other dogs by the time that we got out at 4:30, mind you. It was like almost too dark to see the dog. I have a light that I can put on him so I can like find him again and keep track of him, and also to help us not get hit by cars and stuff. But it was dark out real early, so we ended up doing a really big walk. Smokey too, thank you for the 16-month resub. Happy you found him. I was talking with my partner about, do we think we should have adopted a dog earlier, because when it came to it, all of the things that I eventually put into motion were just things that I was kind of like waiting to feel ready for, but like nothing really changed. I just kind of finally got dog fever badly enough that I like started making the calls and writing the emails and like sorting it all out. I could have done it like a year ago. But then we thought if we had gotten a dog a year ago, it would have been a different dog. It wouldn't have been Mr. Moo. That's not right. That's my dog. Time of year sucks. I hate how early it gets dark. I complain about it every year, and I thought maybe I'm going to continue to complain about this every year. That sounds like a thing I'm going to do, is every year we're going to get to this time of year and it's going to be real dark out at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm going to be like, man, it's dark. Complained about it last year, and I'm going to complain about it next year. 'Tis the season. I didn't mind so much last year because I didn't need to be out in it very much. Like, yeah, it's dark and you get a bit gloomy, but I would just kind of stay inside and play video games. But we're in like a lovely habit of doing like an afternoon or an evening walk with Moose, and it's just kind of a bummer for it to be like dark already, even if you leave at like 4:30. Went to the shelter at exactly the right day to get Finley. He was supposed to come home with us. It really does feel like destiny. What's really weird, actually, the freaky thing about it, is that my childhood dog was also from the same shelter and just incidentally happened to be a German Shepherd Malamute cross. I didn't seek one out again to get another dog like that. It wasn't like I wasn't trying to replace the dog that I had as a little kid. But it was just the way it happened, and the dog that worked out for us and the dog that called us back first just happened to be a very similar mix and a very similar look to the dog that I had as a little kid. And I loved that. I loved that dog. She was such a sweetie. She was smaller. She was not... I think Moose is already as big as that dog was as an adult, and he's only 6 months old, so I think he's going to be a little bigger. And I'm sure the mix is not exactly the same, but it's just kind of a strange coincidence of like all of the different breeds and breed mixes and dogs and small dogs and big dogs, and I somehow end up with another German Shepherd Malamute mix. How is this training going? It's good. It takes patience. He has Husky and Malamute and Shepherd. He's really smart. He's quite stubborn. He's very excited about things that are not always me. So it's kind of an ongoing process, but I'm just trying to be patient and just kind of do repetition and do reps and keep practicing and keep trying, and his recall is getting way better. It's perfect if he doesn't have anything else to worry about. The problem is recall when he's got something else he really wants, and that's a problem for a lot of dogs. I see plenty of dogs at the dog park that are adults that still don't come back if they're like playing. But my plan is to continue working at it until it's perfect, and then continue working at it just because that's what we do. So it's coming along. I was really proud of him. It was yesterday or today. He was like quite focused on something. I forget what. It might have been another dog. He wasn't playing with it, but he was like zoned into it. And I asked him to come, and he did, and I was so happy. He got some good salmon for that one. It's just practice. You can't ever assume that, oh, my dog doesn't do this because he doesn't want to and he'll never be able to do it. Because as soon as you stop training it, then of course it's never going to do it because you stopped training it. You just have to sometimes take your 1% increase and then just accept that it might take years to train your dog, but you have years, hopefully. Oh, yeah, he has a lot of energy. He needs a lot of exercise and he needs a lot of mental stimulation. So he gets lots of walks. We do both like exercise walks, but also sniff walks where he gets to kind of like sniff around and catch up on the news in the neighborhood. He gets to play with other dogs. He gets puzzle toys. He gets to play with us inside. He would not be a very good dog to stick in a crate and go to work for a day if that was your lifestyle. He would not be a good fit for that. Maybe that's why they waited for me. Just because I am lucky enough to be able to stay home and, and play with the dog and take him for all these walks and take him to go play with people and do the training and do the puzzles and do the tricks. And he needs all of it. But he's like, once you take care of all of his needs, he's such an easy boy. He's such an easy puppy. He's such a sweetheart. He settles down pretty good. He, like, if he's kind of, he's had his food and he's had all his play and his walks and stuff, he'll just like, settle right down and be adorable. And it's the best. It's the best. YouTube video someone made using your voice as AI. I didn't see that specific one, but they crossed my radar, and that gave me the quantum heebie-jeebies. Oh my god. What's weird to me is that from what I briefly looked at, because I could look at it for about 20 seconds before I wanted to crawl into a vat of goo, was that it's original, like the videos are, it's not like some videos that would just like take my videos and then like maybe chop them up a bit and then just republish them. Like that happens sometimes. It's not like someone's made their own video and they've written their own script. They're not actually like ripping off my content. It's just my voice or the way that I intone words. And maybe they just sound like me, but it's weird, man. I don't really know what what's going on there. But hey, maybe this is what I get for not making videos like that. If I filled that niche, maybe there wouldn't be it. Makes me want to get a dog now. Lady with a deaf pit bull walks past my house all the time. Have to pet the dog, not the lady. Yeah, I'm really happy I got a dog. I'm also really happy that I'm at a place in my life where I can put a ton of energy and attention, and frankly money, into this dog. That has helped a lot. I am doing the easiest possible version of raising a puppy. I have 2 people. Myself and my partner are both in it together. We're both home all the time. We don't have any children. I have very few responsibilities. I have a completely flexible work schedule aside from stream. I have the savings for him to get all of his vet appointments and his tick medication and his toys and his beds and his, like basically anything he needs, his treats. I have savings that are like allocated for that, so that it's never like a question of can we afford to do something for the dog, because I accounted for that before I got him. It's the easiest possible version of it. The main stress is why won't he stop eating my rug? Not so much for the rug's sake. The rug's kind of doomed, unless I decide to try to repair it one day with different colored wool and make it a new original creation, but mostly because I don't want him pulling up rug and then eating it. You don't want linear foreign objects in your dog. But he only does that when he's like in a very particular mood. Harness the power of AI, program an automated stream so you can stream and walk Moose at the same time. I do go to the dog park with Moose. You do have to, it is kind of a concern. It's a bit of a wild card. You can never be 100% sure what's going to happen at the dog park. I'm choosing to go anyways and just be as present and paying attention and aware as I can. And sometimes, like, I won't like the way that he's interacting with the dog or dog's interacting with him, and we'll just leave. And you can never fully prevent any kind of a altercation. It's not something, like, unless you just don't go to the park at all. But yeah, it's scary. Ooh, okay, so we got some seeds. We did the super bloom. Linear foreign object, a lot of words for me. I read a lot of... The first month of having a puppy was a lot of, oh no, my dog ate blank, and then Googling to see how dead he was based on whatever it was that he had eaten. Dog hasn't died yet, but that's one of the things, is that if your dog is eating string or a string-like object, that can be quite dangerous because it can get tangled up in his, it can like run through his intestines basically, and then it's difficult for him to poop out. And then if what you don't want to do at that point is you don't want to try to pull it out of the dog's butt. Sorry, this is gross. Because if it's still, you know, if it's a long one that's still snaking up into his intestines, you can actually like cinch them, and it's no good. You got to go to the vet for that. And ideally you prevent them from eating strings in the first place. But there's a lot of things that you'd think would be worse than strings that are not as bad as strings. What did I walk into exactly? Puppy stuff. Thankfully, Moose has not consumed any linear foreign objects. It was just something that I read on a list of things to worry about before I got a dog. Heard about that with cats too. Yeah. Yeah. Happened to my cat when she was little. Kitty used to eat my hair when I had long hair. It's one of my reasons why I'm kind of relieved to have much shorter hair now, is that if she somehow eats one of my hairs, it's going to go right through her. When I had like super long hair, every now and then it would be a problem. Let's just leave it at that. She's fine, but it stressed me out every single time. And don't get me wrong, I like vacuumed and brushed my hair and tried not to leave it around, but sometimes it's just going to be on stuff and the cat's going to groom. Excited to think of what Moose thinks of the Christmas tree, aka the best branch ever that's inside the house. Yeah, I'm a bit worried about that. We'll see. We'll see. That is a bridge I can cross after the next week or so is done. We're a little busy right now. We're not taking on any new challenges for the moment, huh, kitty cat? I'm not even cooking dinner. I got some frozen food delivered. Yeah, we're gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay. Big mushy-faced puppy. Cat ate a cupcake yesterday as soon as my pack was started. My Roddy ate all these things: a mitten, a bag of flour, tray of cheese, whole foot long sando. Oh yeah, yeah. It's a fun game to play with other dog owners, is to, especially if they've had their dog since it was young, to ask about like the craziest thing they've eaten. Because you get some banana stories and it kind of makes you feel a little bit better. There was a story from a woman at the park talking about how her dog had, she was watching it on like a pet cam, and there was compost that was on the counter, like a compost bin that had one of the compost bags in it, and it was closed and it was on the counter. But this is a pretty big dog, and supposedly while she was at work and watching it on the pet cam, the dog sees it and then like takes it and consumes the entire bag included, while she was not home and able to intervene. Dog was fine. He's one of those dogs that just kind of eats anything, but Moose found a bagel. I told this story. Moose found a bagel just on the street underneath some leaves. Like, normally I'm kind of scanning for litter as I go because you know, it's a puppy and it's the city. You got to really watch out where you're going. But he was just sniffing a big pile of leaves because it's fall, it's autumn, there's leaves around. That's all fine. I don't know if I tagged the boss. And I'm like, oh, that's nice. He's just kind of getting a scent. And then all of a sudden he's like chomping something. And I'm like, where did you find a bagel? It was not a raisin bagel. Talubi, thank you for the 11-month resub. Best ornaments up high. Broadcast button with plumber now, which is so nice. Jasmine, horrendous for dogs. Hallucinogen, get some heavy stone. Oh, weird. Should have split the bagel with. Yeah, he gets lots of yummy treats, but he does not typically get bread. Here, let's contribute a seed and that, so we get like a nice big bloom bounty here. Moose has breakfast finding powers. Rodent Child, thank you for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. He recently caught the scent of something and then like 180'd and super committed to going back to sniff at it and then eat it. And it turned out to be some ground, hopefully beef. That was hard to get him away from. It's tough to prevent your dog from eating things when people just leave ground meat on the sidewalk. What's happening? You know what I mean? It's like I'm stopping him from picking up litter, and that's going fine because he'll pick up like a candy bar wrapper, and then I'll be like, Moosey, drop it, and he's like, okay. But if the dog's got a mouthful of beef, hopefully beef, what are you supposed to do? Had a dog that ate a bottle of Advil. Ooh, that's scary. Stomach pumped was fine. Who leaves beef on the ground? This is what I would like to know. We've also found ribs, chicken bones, plenty of candy, a couple of joints. That's scary. You don't want to be eating that. I'm gonna go move to the woods. Although, if I've learned anything from watching Alone, it's that you can't get away from litter no matter how far you go in the world. Dogs and children are similar. They'll put anything in their mouth. The thing that I did not know, I read a lot of things about raising a puppy, but the thing that I did not know or realize was that the first month, like from 3 months to 4 months, depending on when you get your dog, he was 3 months old when we got him. The primary objective was keeping him alive. If we managed to avoid the emergency vet and also keep him alive. No shame in the emergency vet, but we managed to keep him alive. And that's good. If you've done that, you're doing all right. It's okay. He doesn't need to be perfectly trained. He doesn't need to be, you know, the magic dog yet. If he's breathing, great. Kanar, thank you for the 15-month resub. Dog that disappeared for 3 hours in Thanksgiving returned home trotting up the driveway with the whole turkey in his mouth. Really are like children. Oh man, it's true. Okie dokie. I kind of want to... Are there any new Drake Watcher manuscripts in these bags? Or are they... I mean, there must be, right? I'm here to do seeds. I guess I should go to the town. I'm hoping to... I mean, I'm here to do seeds to try to get the recipe. From plump seed. Did I get a plump seed? Oh, I got a chin spike from my netherwing Drake. It's nice that that's a campfire. Having all body parts still is good too. True. To the best of your ability. Sometimes they don't come with all their body parts. There was one doggy that I really liked that I was looking into adopting. And the poor thing, someone had... Oh no, I can't even say. She had a tough start. And I hope she's doing better now. And I need everybody to be nice to dogs and cats. If the whole world could just promise, that would be great. Got Seedle for my bloom. Oh, nice. Grotto Drake manuscripts. Yeah. Yeah. I'm tempted to do the dragon race just because I like to. Oh, yeah. Plump dream seed. Oh, also a winter forager's helm. Is it cool looking? Kinda. With a dog, you can't break consistency like you can with a child. Candy's for Saturday evening only. Common thing here in Norway. I heard a story about a family member that made a deal with their children. Like, their children really liked candy, and they would ask for candy every single day. And then the parent was like, all right, so which days do you want candy? And then the kid was like, Tuesdays and Saturdays, or something like that. And the dad was like, done. And now those are the candy days, and they can have candy on those days, and then they don't complain about it from the rest of the week. And apparently that worked, and I am enamored by that story. I think that's amazing. Dread-Eye Girl, thank you for the 53-month resub. What do we do with a Lesser Dream Infusion? That is the quest one. So you do the quest that has you summon like a snore pet from the lady in the hub. If you've already done that quest, it's just bugged. You can delete it. I deleted my extras. Spoiled Bat, thank you for the 23-month system. Thanks for being you, Hazel. Aw. Oh, shucks. Strategy for children, as I've learned from my parent friends. I think it's brilliant to give them like a little bit of choice over the thing without going overboard and letting them choose to have all the candy all the time. I think that's, yeah, it's great. Moose doesn't get candy. But with the walks, we've kind of set up a thing where some walks are sniff walks, where we don't really rush him along. We let him take his time and like sniff all of the smells on the sidewalk. And then some walks we're like, we're going. And they're at different times of the day, and they're also on different routes. So he kind of gets that on these walks he's allowed to kind of sniff, and on these walks we're really going to kind of keep moving as best as we can. That's been the biggest walking struggle, is not so much him pulling, because that's fairly easy. He will pull when he's like close to the dog park because he's excited, and we're working on that by basically every time he pulls, he incurs. Have you ever done if you've ever done Final Fantasy 14 Chocobo racing, I basically am using that technique to train my dog to not pull when we're heading up to the park. And that, you know how if you use all your vigor, you hit like a cooldown, or it's kind of the same thing with the ram racing in Brewfest. You go too far, and all of a sudden your bird is tired, your ram is tired, and it can't go very far, and then you're like just plodding along, right? So if he pulls, if he gets to the end of the leash and he puts a bunch of tension on it, we stop, and he gets timed out, and he has to come back to me, and we have to wait. And after we've like taken that time out, then we start to go. And he's figured out pretty quick. We're not perfect at this, but he's figuring out that if he pulls, it's going to take us like 5 times as long to get there because we're going to stop every time he incurs that time out. But if he doesn't pull and he just kind of trots along next to me, I will actually go faster and we get to the park in no time. And he's a smart boy, so he's picking up on this. It's hard for him to remember because he's still a baby and he's excited and he just wants to play with his friends. But that is working a real treat because he really wants to go to the park. So... that's the strat. Yeah, it is in his genes, but I'm still gonna... I'm not somebody that needs him to walk, like, at show dog heeling next to me all the time, but I need him to not be pulling, because that's just not gonna work. And it's really only a problem at the park. The rest of the time, the problem is him falling behind because he wants to sniff something or eat something or stare at a dog or watch for a cat or look at a bird or... chew on a stick, or otherwise just hang out. Like his problem is stopping much more than it's going. Get a sled. Yeah. Why did you get your dog jeans? Does he have any special dog friends? Yeah, he has a couple of besties. Most of them are dogs that he met when he was like a really small puppy that live in the neighborhood that he has been seeing since he was a baby. And then he has a couple of puppies that are like around his age that he sees sometimes at the dog park. Or a couple of puppies that are just like, you know, a year old and they still have like that puppy energy, but they're bigger. And he plays so good with them and he gets so excited when he sees one of his friends. Alright, come on, alchemy recipe. Boom. Hey, it worked! Dreamwalker's healing potion. That's exactly what I wanted. Also a head spike, which I kind of thought I just got. Maybe I got a tail spike. There we go. Alright, we're in business. Let's go back to Veldraken and see if that's worth anything. Hey. Attachment for my bike. Dog, if I let him, will just pull me the whole time. Oh man. Bags are so clean, I'm jealous. You too can have clean bags through the power of deleting stuff. Most of what I do is I just vendors / auction house posts / delete things. You just have to not worry about whether or not you're gonna need it later. Just, you know, let it go. I don't know what I'm doing with the gear on this character. Nothing. Barter boulders. I play on Lightbringer. Alrighty. Let's see here. I'm so happy I got that recipe. I can make a bunch of those now. Because I'm going to need them too. I'm going to need them for myself. The new potions are like awesome. They're really nice. Let's get a fresh auctioneer scan. Do I save Grace to auction house? Me? Nah. It's not a bad idea. I just don't have the patience for it. I choose convenience over optimization when it comes to gold making. So if I feel like something is easier, I'll just do that. Gold comes and goes. You just have to kind of have faith that you'll get the gold when the gold getting's fun. Okie dokie. So that's my scan. Dreamwalker's healing potion. I wonder if it's too competitive, if people are so excited about making it that it's not profitable. Search. Craft them, hello? Ah. Okay. Yeah, not so good. Not so good. Why are they so cheap? 26 gold per. I mean, that's fine. It just means that it's better for me to buy them made than to make them. But why are they so cheap? Why are they at such a loss? Do you think people are getting the recipe and just assuming it's profitable and making them no matter what? And then like selling them being like, haha, we've done it. Because that is a huge non-win. There's decent stock of them too. Those ones are 6. Inspiration would help. The recipe drops from plump dream seeds, the blue quality seeds apparently. Yeah, I've just been selling the ingredients for this lately is what I've been doing. I've been making my gold selling frozen focus are probably really expensive. That's probably what's happened there is that frozen focus, are they inflated? Because 60 per sounds kind of bananas. Yeah, they're just crazy high. Let's just make some of those. Let's just make some of these. Even if the profit is not that good, it's still going to be not bad. Give me 500 of these. Oh, give me 1,000. Give me 1,000 of those. And then give me 8,000 sacks of frage. Oh, let's do a nice little batch of that. These ones, not so much. But I saw that Tepid Versa was looking better this morning. Was it worth doing? No, never mind. Should stock up for raid. Profit by volume. I mean, I have, not to brag, but I have, as far as I can tell, every available upgrade that would make alchemy more profitable in this character. I have maxed out. I guess I'm not spec'd for inspiration. Maybe that would help if you dropped an incense and you also put the inspiration tools on. Like the inspiration enchant. I don't even know if you can get an inspiration rod. That might help, but that's a pretty big deficit. Like someone's losing gold on those. I think they're just, I think it's because of maybe the frozen focus boost. The add-on that I have is accounting for multicraft. It is accounting for all of that math when it's looking at that. Inspiration would help because gold quality Dreamwalker's healing potions are worth way more than silver, and you can, unlike with regular healing pots, you can actually craft. Here, if you look at it, the way the skill works out is it's one of these situations. So inspiration is the way that you're going to get the gold quality ones. Yeah. There's a lot of places, I'm never going to be always right. And there's a lot of places in the world and in WoW where I will, you know, mince my words and be like, well, this is what I've seen, but I don't really know for sure. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm pretty confident about this. Maybe not perfect, but pretty confident. Can you help get the word out about the Envoy of Winter? If you let a hunter tame it, it will instant respawn. If you take it from the hunter and kill it, we have to wait out the respawn timer. It's good to know. I have not a lot of faith in humanity that would make them wait, though. Some people, yes. Some people would be like, oh, okay, let's let this hunter tame it first. And some people are going to be like, yo, my Taco Bell's at the door, I gotta go. Yeah. No, Jeff, I don't have different profession items to maximize the correct stat for each craft. Can I join your ward band? It's not a bad idea. I just don't care about it that much. Gonna have to tell it to the druids who want to kill it to try and get their form off of it. Better include a different instrument for each character. I haven't heard that one yet. That's fun. Higher quality reagents should be able to guarantee 3. Oh yeah, let's look at it. Alright, so let's go into sim, because that's a good point. Let's check. Let's go into a sim and let's preview it with full quality reagents. You cannot guarantee a third. Let me see. Show stats. Can you guarantee a third? Or is it just not profitable even with a guaranteed third? Sim mode. Can I move that? Thank you. So when you, if you do, you can kind of preview what you're, okay, yeah, you're right. You're totally right. You can totally guarantee an expected quality 3. It's just not worth it. It's still not worth it. You can actually, so that would lose average 80 gold per, that would lose 130, that would lose 154. So even though you're guaranteeing a top rank one, you're still losing gold. If you do the middle ones and then you somehow had insights for it, you get it all the way up to losing 20 gold per craft on average. It's still awful. I think people are selling those at a loss because they don't understand. But that is a good point. You can guarantee rank 3 with top quality mats. It's something to keep an eye on for later when the mats calm down. Here we go. Funny to look at. Itty bitty name with a big old tuba. Anyone want to give me the name of the best battle pet add-on? Rematch. And then pet battle script. Or if they're just trolling, I would if I could afford it. Possible. Sell everything at a loss, but I make it up on volume. Yeah. Yeah, it'll probably come around to being worth later, especially when demand for them goes up, because once the raid comes out, once Season 2 comes out, and word gets out about those healing pots, everybody is going to want to have them. Everybody that is that is checking their BIS lists anyways, they're really good to have. And they're good to have for basically every class. So, the demand's going to spike next week. It's just a question of whether that fixes the prices again. Care to make a prediction on when they try to iterate on battle pets again? Is it doomer to say the last Titan? I don't think they're doing it soon. I'm getting the archaeology vibes of like, they don't really know what to do with it, so they're just kind of like letting it be. Thanks for having drops on. Oh, cheers. I used to play Heal Evoker. I'm switching to Healing Priest. Yeah, they talked about archaeology. They said they weren't gonna do it. Or at least they weren't going to do the triangulation game, which was the part that I liked. Price has gone crazy, so now it's not. Well, if I can sell these for even half of the expected profit, I'm going to be happy with that. Switching back to price. Yes. Yes. Why did they ditch archaeology? I guess they didn't think it was worth, they didn't think that enough people were excited about it to make it worth doing, which might be true. I think that our stream community is not a representative example of the entire World of Warcraft player base. I think that we are a little more, we're a varied group of people that like lots of different things. But on average, we're a little more likely to enjoy those kinds of like sort of relaxing bulk doing activities that might be related to collecting and achievements. Yeah, I think we have more tolerance for tedium than the wider player base. Why no heal evoker? I had somebody ask me once, it was during the BlizzCon stream, and it had come up that I was going, like, somebody had pressed the main command and it had come up that I was going to play a Holy Priest. And the initial question was, it wasn't why do you hate Preservation Evoker? Maybe it was like, what's so bad about dragons? Like, they have to be broken for me to switch off of them. It just presupposed so many things that I was like, whoa, how did we get there? There's nothing wrong with Preservation Evoker. Why would you think that? It's like going to get like a burrito for lunch and being like, why do you hate sandwiches? You're anti-sandwich. I know you are. You're coming for my sandwich. You're going to throw it in the ocean and give it to the fishies and I won't stand for it. It's like, yo, I wanted a burrito. I don't know. I'm hungry. Rice sounded good. I'm switching back to Holy Priest because I want to be a gnome again. I want to be a gnome. I want to play with glitter and I didn't get the Evoker legendary. That's basically it. And I know it doesn't come up very often, and it's just I've been taking it too personally lately. I've been getting too drawn into comments like that, and I've been playing the game, and you never play the game. It's a bad idea. I don't follow too much of what class balance is like. I prefer to try to pick something that I like the look of or the feel of, or that I want to play for any other reason. And then I trust that I'm going to be able to practice it to a degree that I can do fine for my heroic raid. I'm not a mythic raider. Fish are people too. Fish like sandwiches. Maybe. Probably. I've not known many fish to be terribly picky eaters. Some of them. I've had a couple of betta fish that would only eat very specific types of food. Hey, you cut your hair. What if I just befriended a goat that really liked to eat strawberry flavored hair, and I am sustaining the life of this miniature fantasy fairy goat related to the house hippos, but different, by allowing it to graze upon my hair every evening. Yeah, Captain's still hanging in there. We got all 6 barbs barbing around in there. They're living. Kill for revamp of the fishing mechanic. I had a wonderful time fishing in the beginning of Dragonflight with all of the different things they did with it. And I think that for me personally, just me, the basic fishing mechanic I think is where I want it to be. I don't want it to be any complicated or fancier or require any more attention. I just want to click the button when I hear the sound. I like some parts of WoW being extremely straightforward like that. I feel like I have gameplay, like I can go do a key if I want to do something that's a little bit more flashy and arcadey. But that is just for me. Does your hair taste like strawberries? Wouldn't you like to know? It's gonna go to tend to my garden if I had a house in the garden. A little outside the city proper. You can borrow goats. I think you can rent them as well. I know that a park in Oregon used to rent goats seasonally and bring them in to help. Because these goats, for some reason, they really liked the invasive wildlife, but they didn't really like eating the native thing they were trying to encourage there, so they would get the goats so they could selectively eat the plants that they wanted them to eat. Added the conch and the spirit of fishing could spice it up. Moose would appreciate a goat friend. What would Moose do if he met a goat? I feel like he would look at it and be like, what? Frick are you? You want to play? He tries to play with everything. Did that in Calgary too. Goat services. You know what, Cash? You should spearhead that goat Phyton eating initiative. There you go. Goat is friend? Puppy is friend. Kitty friend. I love puppy. I have sometimes the feeling that my brain is a noodle and my head is a big pot and something is trying to cook the pasta. It's like my skull is trying to boil my brain. What puts out more methane gas, lawnmower or peck? Single noodle or a bunch of them tangled up? Squishy brain noodle. Salvation 73, thank you for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. Does that pot you're crafting cause brain freeze? Probably. How much WoW do you think you play a week? It varies a lot depending on what's going on. In the Mythic Plus season, a lot. Because I will do, especially like early season, like starting next week and the week after, I'm going to be doing stream for minimum 10 hours a week. Because I play WoW on stream, so that counts. So 10 to 15 hours a week on stream. And then raid is another 6 hours a week. And then keys, if we do 2 key nights maybe, call that another 6 hours a week. So that's 12 to add to 15, makes 25. And then crafting, although sometimes I'm not at the keyboard when I'm crafting. So yeah, during the key season, it might push up to 30. But outside of that, sometimes I'll get into modes where maybe I'm doing other stuff or I'm spending more time outside. This past summer, especially during the gap between patches, I would stream. And that was pretty much it. I would play like 12 hours a week, 15 hours a week on stream, and then I would just like go touch grass, kind of. Or whatever it may be. So it varies a lot. Thought for a second this is Inksy's Fresh Alchemist cheese. Hazel works fast. I came to the realization that Inksy doesn't actually need to be as progressed as I thought she was going to need. I figured I was going to need a ton of specialization knowledge. And it wouldn't hurt, but she's not actually, it's not going to make or break her, really. Normal work week's worth of hours, 40-ish. I wonder how many, and there's no way to know this. I wonder how many jobs that people are at for 40 hours. I want to know how many hours the average person, so not any individual person, but the average knowledge worker in a 40-hour week office is actually working versus being available to potentially work. Because I've seen a lot of different ways that different people work. Some people are incredibly prolific and productive and focused, and they're like just crunching through stuff all day. Some people just kind of need to be around, but for the most part, they just do like a meeting, do like a project a week, and then they're good. I don't know why I want to know this. It doesn't really matter. Like, it doesn't matter how much other people are working to whether or not I'm happy with how much I'm working. Because that's basically where it comes down to, is I'm trying to figure out what's acceptable for me. And comparing yourself to other people is not usually a great place to start that, because it's never going to be an equal comparison. 6 the rate a day, give or take. 40-hour work week, less than 20 hours of actual work. 37.5, not counting lunch. Actively working 10 hours, counted recently to make a point. 20 or less, most of my time spent waiting on people. Yeah. Yeah, so the mount starts next week, 14th to the week after. Rest of my time's in meetings, crunch until everything's done, then I have to make up stuff. Vary wildly between blue and white collar. Some people useful once a month, still worth it, yeah. Low work available. Office job super inefficient. Cake decorator 40 plus. October to March work non-stop, rest of the year pretty slow, just play games. Yeah, I think a lot of jobs are quite seasonal like that. Accountant, work my full 40 weeks, sometimes 50. Work more now than I work at home than when I did the same job at the office. Don't have all the coworkers interrupting me just to talk now. Yeah. Retired, still have to work. You can get any from work, guys. Take it from me. I'm in my 50s. Because I don't even want to complain about this anymore. Oh, look at all the stuff I made. I'm fine. 1800. And then these ones. North American workers overseas, Europe full-time's 32. Drops even more, they get just as much done. You should ask how many of us watch For the Office get less done because of the stream. Oh man, I haven't even calculated the hazelnutty impact on national productivity. Oh. Stealing valuable profit dollars from the bobbies of the world. Dave Growl, thank you for the 49-month resub. You're right, international. That's true. Alrighty. Well, I did that. I made some stuff. Was there anything else I wanted to make? Anything else good to craft? Let's see. I'll do a little scan. I'm the person that I have to put you on hold to type. Can't think what the customer's rambling about their life. I can't listen to things that have words if I'm doing work that also has words. So like for raid guides, for example, I have a chunk of raid guides where I'm doing the thumbnails. I have a chunk where I'm doing the intro title graphics. I have a chunk where I'm doing all of the screenshots and just doing the bulk outlines. And those don't really involve any like writing or listening to words. So for that, I can put on like a podcast, or I can put on music that has lyrics, and it's all fine. But as soon as I get into writing anything or editing where I'm listening to myself speak, I get totally word jammed if I even have like Taylor Swift on. It has to be instrumentals or nothing. So I totally get that. I would have a hard time. I used to try to put on streams when I was working, and I couldn't do it. You guys are better than me. Listening to rain sounds to help focus. Lyrics confuse me when I'm trying to write anything. I can work and listen to anyone as long as you're not yelling. Repetitive work of any sort, put music on to keep my focus up. I love listening to words or videos or video essays or podcasts or whatever if I'm doing something that doesn't compete with it. So like, you know, some kind of somewhat tedious but just like repetitive task that does not have to do with words. I'm good with that. Oh yeah, I was gonna check and see, so let me see. Convergence are at 39. Those are at 70. Should I just make some? What are we talking about for powers? Powers are down. Healing pots are down. It's been very chaotic this week, which is to be expected. Let's do some convergence. Let's do some of these. That's a decent margin. I'm happy with that. Let's grab, how many do I want? 500? That's a pretty juicy investment. We'll take order, frost, air, fire, earth. People's brains are wired differently with audio processing. I have this idea that the way my brain is wired is partly natural, but it's greatly due to the way I've used it over the years. I think that you get to a certain age where your neural pathways are pretty grooved into your brain, and the things that you spend a ton of time doing when you're young are going to have a fairly big impact on the way that your brain works and the way that you process and work with information as you get older. I think that, yeah, maybe I was naturally inclined to doing some of these things because of the way my brain worked, but I think I definitely like grooved it in by spending so much time, you know, like using technology mostly. Depends on my mood, what the work I need to do. Sometimes streams are perfect. Other times cannot deal with it. Cannot talk on the phone if there's music, radio, TV noise around me. It was a real struggle for the 3 months I worked at a call center. Oh yeah, that would be awful. 500 mounts without having any PvP mounts? Yeah, I think so. I think you should have lots of options, especially now. I have 800 and some mounts, and I can't imagine that 300 of them are PvP and Mythic Plus mounts. I would say maybe a dozen or two. Less than 50. I have been doing more meditation and different kinds of meditation to try to help my brain, and it's good, but the problem is it's the last minute. It's like you have a maybe have a doctor's appointment and you were trying to get in shape for it because you were trying to like meet some cutoff so you could maybe take a trip or something. I don't know, I'm just making up the situation, but like and you had that and you knew you had it, and then you were like, okay, I'm going to the gym, and it's the day before the appointment. It's like, that's great, that is how you help, that is, you're doing the right thing. You just started way too late, and that kind of thing is a process. Like, I have a crunch time that I need to do today, tomorrow, and Monday, and I'm having a really hard time focusing, so I'm like, great, let's meditate. It's like, great, go back in time and start doing it 20 minutes twice a day for like a year, and then maybe you would be equipped for this. It's too late. You are band-aiding a bullet hole here. It's not that it's a bad idea, and it's still helpful. And the thing that they say is that if you have time to meditate, you know, meditate for 20 minutes. And if you don't have time to meditate, meditate for 2 hours. But, yeah, I might have waited too long. Got the Winter Night Dream Saber drop from an epic seed. Nice. Druid antlers make you spawn little birds? Yeah, I discovered that on stream today. I didn't know where they were coming from. I thought it was incredible. The fact that you started is already progress. I just wish it would help me more for like today, tomorrow, and Monday, because I have left myself a lot to do, and I've been trying to do it for the last week. Like, I knew this was going to be a thing, so I've been making time and making a plan and like chunking it out and being like, okay, I do this here and this here, and I've been sitting down to do it, and I've just been frying and not getting very far. And I have gotten some stuff done. It's not a zero amount done, but it's pretty negligible. I'm gonna have a pretty big crunch, and I'm just kind of scrambling for anything that will help me do it. And realizing that some of these things are things that will help you next year if you stick with them and you really practice a lot. Crafts an average profit. How do you know what quality of mats it's based on? It's based on the quality of the mats that I have in my bags, I'm pretty sure. You can experiment with sim mode. These mats don't even have a quality, so it's kind of straightforward, but you can experiment with simulation mode and preview what the profit would look like with different combinations of mats and play around with that to try to find the best one. Best time to start meditating 10 years ago, second best time is right now. It's true. Friend seems to be pretty negative about the future of WoW. Blizzard said no new monsters. Raid boss is being changed. Is he right, or is he saying something that isn't right? Do you mean like no new models for enemy creatures? Because that's a little bit of a bananas take. He could be right. I would be very surprised. Also, I don't know if enemy variety is nice, but it's not the main thing that the game lives or dies on for me. Yeah, I don't recall that being said anywhere. Same monsters, just remakes or something. It's possible that what they were trying to say is that WoW has become quite formulaic, and that it will continue to be formulaic. Like, you're going to get an expansion, you're going to have dungeons, you're going to have raids, you're going to have zones, and then we move to new ones, and then we move to new ones, and then we move to new ones. And that's true. If you don't like WoW now, you're probably not going to like WoW in the future. And some people just kind of play enough WoW, and they get kind of burned out on it, and then they don't really want to play any more WoW. And that's completely reasonable and is completely understandable. But it doesn't mean the game's gone downhill. It just means that maybe they've moved past it. Yeah, reused assets is totally normal, but I don't think they would never make anything new. Yeah. Reusing assets, if anything, is kind of smart, especially if you're able to retool them in ways that make them work for where you need them to, but save yourself a bunch of making stuff from scratch time. It's like there's plenty of places in life where, yeah, you could do something completely from scratch every single time, but you would be kind of nuts to. Speaking of old assets, what do you think of the new allied race? It's not my bag, but I'm happy for people that are happy about it. I don't feel like I personally needed another dwarf, but they look nice, and not everything has to be for me. Why don't we have ogres yet? how I can get the weapon effects transmog illusions. New one from Dragonflight. I don't know either. Wait, my friend told me there would be less content. So there's a thing where you'll notice, especially the longer you hang out with people or like a set of people, some people are going to consistently have takes that maybe don't match with the way that you're living your life or the way that the world looks to you. And it doesn't make them wrong, and it doesn't make you wrong. It just means that maybe their takes aren't as valuable to you personally because they're just operating in a different world. It's totally normal. There's nothing wrong with it. But it means that the more you kind of get a feel for maybe this friend's worldview doesn't quite match mine, and therefore their advice on this specific thing is not necessarily relevant to me, the more you can just kind of have the conversation without taking it on board too much. And just be like, yeah, they're just negative about this thing. If I like the thing, that's enough. That's what matters is especially when it's we're talking about whether or not to play a video game, It's the important thing is if you're having fun, if you're enjoying it, and if you are, you don't have to cut off your friend or anything like that. Just don't worry too much about what they're saying. Don't cut your friends out of your life unless they are like actually like. I'm not a good person to give advice on about this, but like, you can talk to somebody that you disagree with without getting invested and needing to validate the things that they say, right? Like you can understand where they're coming from without needing to adopt it for yourself. I think that sometimes we take the cut everybody out who doesn't agree with you a little far, and we end up in bubbles that are so insulated that you start to see most of the world as being absolutely insane. And they see you as being insane because you guys have become so far removed from each other. You don't have to agree with everything. Sometimes it's fine to just nod along, but I don't know if we need to wall ourselves off completely unless it's something like really serious and not just, we're making lukewarm takes about video games. It's okay. We can still be friends. And yeah, changing people's opinions is a project that almost never goes well. And, yeah. It's not to say that, like, I feel like the best way to... And first of all, it's not under your control. Like, changing somebody's mind is not up to you, it's up to them. I've always kind of lived the thing is I can't really tell anybody what to think, and I shouldn't. Everybody has the right to think for themselves. That's one of the things about being a human being. What I can do is I can choose to think for myself, and I can share what I think, and I can be clear that that's just what I think, and I'm not trying to push it on people, which I don't know if that always comes across, so I continue working on that. And then, as social animals, we like to look at each other and go, hey, this person's saying a thing, and they're, like, I'm interested to learn more about that, so then people kind of look into it on their own. I do this with other people. The best way to change somebody's mind is to live by example. If you want somebody to, stop trying to change people and just kind of do you. Also, don't listen to streamers for life advice. It's not like we don't go outside. I'm going to post some primal convergence here. Yeah, the thing that I think sometimes I get in the context of something much smaller like Twitch chat, the thing that sometimes gets under my skin is not so much when somebody has a different take than me, because that's super normal. It's when I feel like the wording is trying to push that take on me, or to like undermine the validity of why I might not agree with it, or like to try to make me adopt a different way of thinking. I prefer to, especially when it's something so not important as how you choose to play a video game, and that it's just for you. I think that lately I've been getting a little salty this week if I feel like people have been trying to tell me how to play, or like that I'm doing it wrong, because why does it matter? And that it's not like it's true. I'm probably not doing things optimally, and this is a much smaller example, but like I think it's a general courtesy that we can't expect, but that it's kind of like an ideal world where we all just kind of let people live. Outside is cold. This PC is a NZXT PC that I got from them back when they used to sponsor me. It was a good time. It's got a 3080 in it. It's got 32 gigs of RAM. Got some spicy SSDs. It's nice. Yeah, I don't want to be elitist because I feel like everybody should, you know, not feel like people are giving them a hard time for just playing the game the way that they want to. I think some things that aren't a big deal can sometimes feel like a bigger deal if they've happened to you like 500 times. You know, like you're making a sandwich and somebody goes, "Do you like mayo? You're putting mayo in your sandwich. Are you sure?" And you're like, "Yeah, I like mayo." But then they ask you that every single day for like 3 years straight. And then you're like, you know, like sometimes it just kind of adds up. Leave my mayo alone. I like mayo. I like mayo. I used to hate mayo. I'm talking about actual mayonnaise here. No, out of the metaphors. I used to hate mayo. And as an adult, I realized I liked aioli. And I discovered that if I take mayo and I put in a clove of pressed garlic, some lemon juice, and some salt and pepper, and you stir that, you've made something that is functionally a poor man's aioli. And you can put it on your sandwiches, and it's yummy. What even is mayonnaise? It's like a science question, right? Like an emulsion of some kind? Something about eggs and oil. Writing this down. I like mayo too, but why do you hate mustard? Yeah. You're right. I'm anti-mustard. I'm coming for your mustard. You're gonna see me crouched over your fridge like a gremlin in the night going, "No more mustard for you." And then I take all the mustard. Actually, sorry, distracted by thoughts of mustard. I got into Dijon mustard as an adult. It's delicious. It's yummy. Fresh garlic. Have you tried roasted garlic? Only wondering. I like fresh garlic. I don't have the patience to roast it. I'm happy with it as it is. My spicy brown mustard. Dijon is correct. My wife dislikes it enough. Yeah, I actually, we got, almost as a meme, but we got Crip's spicy pretzel mustard. It cost a silly amount of money to have it shipped to Canada, but it was actually really good. And then after we finished it, I was like, well, I can't afford this. Sorry, Crip. I'm going to look to see if I can find another mustard that reminds me of it. And then it occurred to me that basically anything but French's is going to be more interesting than French's. Sorry, French's. Nothing wrong with that, but I'm just kind of, I was looking for like more of like a spicy, grainy kind of mustard. And I was like, this is amazing. I put it on veggie burgers. The Jen, thank you for the 2-month resub. Zavok, I don't, to my knowledge, and I could be wrong, but to my knowledge, they never said that. I have not, if that was said, it was not heard by me or anybody else in the stream as far as I can see. I know, it's right, because Crip's Canadian, right? Like, it's just one of those things. You may take my life, but you will never take my mustard. You don't stand over your fresh garlic and insult it until it's properly roasted. Dijon, great to make into a salad dressing. Yeah, I think I'm getting kind of hungry. What time is it? It's 10 after 11. I need to wrap up. I know I usually stream till noon on weekends, but I have a lot of raid guides to make, and I have a lot of stuff to do on them. And before I go, I need your best advice from my fellow spicy-brained procrastinators. What's your best tip for snapping out of it and getting something done when your brain is frying you alive instead of letting you do it? So far, I have got eating decently with some protein, drinking lots of water, cold showers, awful, but it does work. Meditation. That's what I've got so far. Do you have anything else? Nap, 2-minute walk outside, do the work in a different location, break it into small pieces, exercise, task list. So I've got the task list, I've got the small pieces. That hasn't been helping me much. Reward yourself for good work. Think about who you're making it for. Aw. Pickle juice. Brain dump. Cocaine, thank you. Have a friend do work next to you. A battle cry for morale. That I have not tried. Jump up, jumping jacks. Vigorous short workout right before. Grounding, meditation, candle exercise. Hug your dog. How about... Yeah, I'm not going to do any cocaine. I swear. I gotta leave before I get demonetized. Make Moose do it. Body doubling. Pay someone else to do it. Spoonful of mustard. Thanks, guys. All right. I'm getting out of here. I appreciate you guys. I'll be back tomorrow for another one of these little ones. Unless, what if I didn't and I used, the hard thing is my most productive hours are the morning when I'm streaming. And then I'm like, oh, I streamed, I'm done. And then I'm like gassed for the rest of the day. So I might actually cancel tomorrow. It's awful, but like, I think that's going to give me the best chance of making it through the next 3 days alive. Oh, I can't cancel tomorrow because I'm canceling Wednesday because I have an appointment on Wednesday. What am I going to do? Be gone for like 4 days? I got rent to pay. Do it. Oh, Moosey. Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Tuesday, Wednesday. Wednesday. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'll be back on Thursday. I'm so sorry. I'll be back on Thursday. I really appreciate the company. Keep an eye on the YouTube channel for the raid guides. I will make them as good as I can. Appreciate the support, and I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.